Look at this problem, a simple problem only, just formula based, but it should be concentrated, bit concentrated enough. Okay, there is only one point which was unique in this problem: promoters holding percentage after acquisition. This is where there is a chance of people making mistake. Apart from that, the rest are routine formula based. Okay, right. The following information is provided relating to the acquiring company Efficient Limited and the target company Healthy Limited. Okay, so first of all, identify who is acquiring and who is target, who is acquiring and who is target. So Efficient is acquiring Healthy. Efficient Limited is acquiring Healthy Limited. Okay, the following information is provided relating to acquiring company Efficient Limited and target company Healthy Limited. Number of shares, Efficient company has 10 lakh shares, Healthy Limited 7.5 lakhs. Market capitalization 500 lakhs, 750 lakhs. P ratio 10 times and 5 times. Reserves and surplus 300, 165. Promoters holding 4.75 and 5 lakhs. Board of directors of both the companies have decided to give a fair deal to the shareholders. And accordingly, for swap ratio, the weights are decided as 40%, 25%, and 35% respectively for earning book value and market price of share for each company. Okay, they have decided a swap ratio. So they are expecting you to consider three parameters: book value, earnings, and market price. And they have given the weights also. They have given the weights also for each parameter to be considered. Based on this, we have to calculate swap ratio. Based on this, we have to calculate swap ratio. And also calculate promoters holding percentage after acquisition. Also calculate promoters holding percentage after acquisition. Okay, right. What is the EPS of Efficient Limited after acquisition of Healthy Limited? What is the expected market price per share and market capitalization of Efficient Limited after acquisition? Market value or market capitalization, one and the same one. Number of shares into market price. Market value, market capitalization, one and the same thing. Sometimes they will call it as a number of shares. Sometimes they will call it. Sometimes they will call it as a market value. Sometimes they will call it as a market capitalization. Both are same. Number of shares into market price. Number of shares into market price. Okay. After acquisition, assuming PE ratio of firm Efficient Limited remains unchanged. Okay, calculate free float market capitalization of the merged firm. So what is meant by free float market capitalization? So free float market capitalization means other than this promoters holding. Normally, promoters holding will not be traded in the market. Promoters will not sell their shares normally. Sometimes they will pledge the shares also, but we are assuming that, but academically assuming that promoters will not sell the shares. Promoters will not sell the shares. So therefore, whatever the public shares are there, only those shares will be traded. Okay, but Bill Gates may not sell his shares in Microsoft like that. So therefore, promoters shareholding may not be sold in the market. So therefore, free float capitalization means total capital minus this promoter holding. Total market capital minus this promoter's holding is called free float market capitalization. Okay, right. This is what the point. So first we have to calculate swap ratio. To calculate swap ratio, we want these things: earnings per earnings, book value per share, and market price. So we want these three things. What are the three things we want for earnings? So first one is earnings per share. First one is earnings per share EPS. First one is earnings per share EPS. Next one is book value per share. Book value per share. Earnings per share. Book value per share. Next market price per share. Market price per share. So this you have to calculate for these two companies: Efficient, Efficient Limited, and Healthy Limited. Efficient Limited and Healthy Limited. For these two companies, we have to calculate this: Healthy Limited, Efficient Limited, and Healthy Limited. For these two companies, we have to calculate these two. What is the earnings per share? These are all we have to calculate. And weights. Okay, proportion of healthy. Proportion of healthy. So how much proportion is there? Healthy divided by efficient. We want how many shares, right? So healthy divided by efficient. H divided by E. H divided by E. Okay, this is what we have to calculate. Target divided by acquiring. Target divided by acquiring. Okay, right. So next weight. Next weight. Next weight. Okay, next weight. Next weighted proportion. Weighted proportion. Weight and weighted proportion. Weight and weighted proportion. So only this weight they have given. This weight they have given: earnings 40% weight, and book value per share 25% weight, and market price per share 35% weight. These are the weights they have given. These are the weights they have given. Okay, previous we have solved one problem related to the bank. So previous problem we have solved one problem related to the bank. Now what they have given is this weights. Now what they have given is this weights. I have substituted this weights. So in order to calculate this percentage of shares, I need these two columns. These two columns I have to calculate on my own. Unlike in the previous problem they have given these two columns. Previous problem they have given these two columns. So previous problem they have given these parameters. Based on that we have calculated this. Based on that we have calculated that. Okay, right? Weights they have given. Now we have to calculate these two columns. Now we have to calculate these two figures. Now we have to calculate those figures because they are not directly given. That is, they are not directly given. Okay, that is what looking for. Okay, efficient limited and healthy limited, earnings per share, market price, book value, they have not given. Therefore, we have to use working note 1. Working note 1. Okay, working note 1. Working note 1, computation of various figures, computation of required values, computation of required values. So there are three things we have to calculate. Therefore, I am putting it as a computation of required values. Okay, right. So just substitute first whatever they have given. First, whatever they have given, substitute it. First, whatever they have given, substitute it. They have given number of shares. Okay, number of shares. They have given number of shares and market capitalization. Market capitalization. Next, based on these two, we can calculate market price per share. Okay, MPS. Market price per share. This is equal to market capitalization divided by number of shares. Market capitalization divided by number of shares. Okay, so MC is nothing but market capitalization. MC is nothing but market capitalization. So number of shares, how many shares? 10 lakhs. Okay, this is 7.5 lakhs. This is 7.5 lakhs. I'll put lakhs. Everything is in lakhs. Is it okay? No, it is not appropriate to put it as a lakhs because the market price will be rupees number lakhs. This is number lakhs. This is rupees lakhs. Okay, this is rupees lakhs. Okay, lakhs will be cancelled. We'll get the rupees. Okay, so 10 lakh shares, 7.5 lakh shares. 10 lakh shares, 7.5 lakh shares. What is the market capitalization? 500 lakhs, 750 lakhs. 500 lakhs, 750 lakhs. So market capitalization divided by number of shares. We will get the MPS. We will get the MPS. Market capitalization divided by number of shares. So market capitalization divided by number of shares. Okay. Market capitalization divided by number of shares, you will get MPS. This is our one of the answer we are expecting. This is one of the input we want from the working note 1. Okay, market value per share. This is market value, market price per share. This is market price per share. Similarly, once we got the market price, take out the PE ratio. Based on the PE ratio, we have to calculate EPS. Based on the PE ratio, we have to calculate EPS. 10 and 5 times. EPS. What is EPS? MPS divided by PE ratio. MPS divided by PE ratio. These are our well-known formulas. These are our well-known formulas, EPS. Okay, right. This is EPS is also one of the input we want. EPS is also one of the input we want. So we know this formula, right? PE ratio is equal to market price per share divided by earnings per share. Okay, market price per share divided by earnings per share. Therefore, earnings per share is equal to market price per share divided by P ratio. That is what I have done. P ratio is equal to MPS divided by EPS. Now I want EPS. Therefore, market price per share into P ratio. Okay, market price per share into P ratio. Okay, right. This is what the point. So EPS I can substitute it here. Earnings per share. Okay, EPS I can substitute it here. Earnings per share. Okay, earnings per share. Market price into P ratio. Next, what we want is book value per share. Book value per share refers to net worth. Net worth plus net worth divided by number of shares. So now if I want share capital, number of shares into face value. Number of shares into face value. Number of shares into face value. Okay, what is the number of shares here? 10 lakhs. Into what is the face value? Face value they have given. Face value of rupees 10 each. Face value of rupees 10 each into 10. into 10. So share capital is 100 lakhs. Share capital is 100 lakhs. Next reserves we have, they have given reserves. Reserves, how much is reserves and surplus? How much is reserves and surplus? Okay, reserves and surplus, how much? Okay, reserves and surplus is 300 lakhs. 300 lakhs, 165 lakhs. Reserves and surplus 300 lakhs, 165 lakhs. Based on that, we can calculate net worth. Based on that, we can calculate net worth. Share capital plus reserves is equal to net worth. What is net worth? Share capital plus reserves is equal to net worth. Share capital plus reserves is equal to net worth. Okay, share capital plus reserves is equal to net worth. Share capital plus reserves is equal to net worth. Next, book value per share. Book value per share is equal to net worth divided by number of shares. Net worth divided by number of shares. Book value per share is equal to net worth divided by number of shares. Net worth divided by number of shares. This is book value per share. This is book value per share. This is one of the input we want from this working mode. Okay, book value per share. So just substitute those figure here. Just substitute those figure here. So this order you should not change. This order you should not change because you'll confuse with the weights. You'll confuse with the weights. Therefore, better follow the same order. Same order. Otherwise, this weights will go wrong. Okay, this is what the point. Book value per share. Now, based on that, healthy divided by X, efficient, healthy is 20, efficient is 5. That means we want 4 shares. So based on the earnings per share alone, four shares in equity efficient has to be issued for efficient healthy limited. Okay, if we take only efficient EPS as the base, okay, if EPS is taken as a base, if EPS is taken as base, if EPS is considered, if EPS is considered, 4 shares shall be issued in efficient limited, for every 1 share in for every 1 share in healthy limited, for every 1 share in healthy limited, for every 1 share in healthy limited. This is because healthy limited EPS is 4 times of that, of efficient limited. Efficient limited. So healthy limited is 4 times more than the efficient limited. Healthy limited EPS is 4 times more than the efficient limited. 4 times that of efficient limited. Therefore, 4 shares has to be issued. That is one ratio. But that is not correct. Relying only on one figure is not correct. Go another figure based on the book value per share. Based on the book value per share, same 38 divided by 80. Okay, if book value per share is considered, if book value per share is considered, 0.2 shares shall be issued. 0.2 shares shall be issued in efficient limited, for every 1 share in healthy limited, for every 1 share in healthy limited. Okay, this is because healthy limited book value per share is only the 80% of the efficient limited book value. 80% of the efficient limited book value. Book value. That is the answer. Okay, 80% of the efficient limited book value. Next concept. After that, the next point. Market price per share. Market price per share to double. Okay, if market price is considered, if market price per share is considered, 2 shares shall be issued. 2 shares shall be issued for every. This is because healthy limited market price is double the 2 times the is 2 times as that of the efficient limited market price. This is what the point. Double market price of healthy limited is double. So therefore, if you go based on this, you'll get 4 shares. If you go based on this, you'll get only 0.8 shares. If you go by this basis, you'll get 2 shares. Which one to follow? Different bases are indicating different swap ratio. So this EPS indicates swap ratio should be 4. Book value per share indicates swap ratio is 8. A market price per share indicates swap ratio is 2. Which one to follow? Rather than giving importance only to one figure, I'm doing weighted average of those 3. So weighted average of all those 3. Not simple average, weighted average. So what is the weights? This is the weights. So I'm taking weighted average of these values. weighted average of this value. So how much I'll get? If I get how much? 2.5 shares. So 2.5. So for every one share in, okay, for every one share in Healthy Limited, for every one share in Healthy Limited, Healthy Limited, 2.5 shares shall be 2.5 shares shall be issued in a 2.5 shares shall be issued in Efficient Limited. In a Efficient Limited, 2.5 shares shall be issued in a Efficient Limited. For every one share in for every one share in Healthy Limited, for every one share in Healthy Limited, 2.5 shares shall be issued in Efficient Limited. Efficient Limited. Therefore, swap ratio is what? 2.5 is to 1. 1 is to 2.5. Swap ratio is 1 is to 2.5. Okay, swap ratio is 1 is to 2.5. This is our final answer. This is our final answer. Okay, ma? This is our final answer. This is our final answer. This is our final answer. For every one share in Healthy Limited, 2.5 shares shall be issued in Efficient Limited. 2.5 shares shall be issued in Efficient Limited. Okay, right. That is what the point. This is our final answer. You can pause the recording and copy the answer. You can pause the recording and copy the answer. The important point is that fill up this data. You have to fill up this. You have to fill up this details, because every information they have given. The only thing is that you should know the link between one point and another point. We should know the link between one point and another point. That is the only point. Remaining rest are all identified. Okay, right. That is what the point. Next, important point is that we should not change this sequence. If you change this order, their weights will go wrong. Your answer will be wrong. Therefore, they have given in these values they have given in the same serial, in the same sequence. You should also follow the same sequence. Okay, right. That is what the point. Next. So calculate promoters holding percent. Calculate promoters holding percent after acquisition. Calculate promoters holding percent after acquisition. Okay, right. What is the promoters holding percent after acquisition? I'll write it. Promoters holding percent after acquisition. Promoters holding percent after acquisition. So what is the total number of shares? Total number of shares. Okay. Number of shares held by promoters of existing promoters of Efficient Limited. Promoters of Efficient Limited. Number of shares held by promoters of Efficient Limited. Number of shares held by promoters of Efficient Limited. By promoters of Efficient Limited. Number of shares held by promoters of Efficient Limited. How much they are holding already shares? Promoters holding 4.75 lakhs. 4.75 lakhs. Number lakhs. How much it is? 4.75 lakhs. 4.75 lakhs. Promoters holding is 4.75 lakhs. Next, number of shares issued by Efficient Limited to Healthy Limited promoters. How much is that? Healthy Limited promoters are already holding 5 lakh shares. So Healthy Limited exists 5 lakh shares. Healthy Limited into existing shares in Healthy Limited. Okay. Existing shares in Healthy Limited. Existing shares in Healthy Limited. Shares held in Healthy Limited. Shares held by promoters in Healthy Limited. Shares held by promoters in Healthy Limited. Promoters in Healthy Limited into swap ratio. Okay, that will be what is the number of shares held. That will be how much shares they are holding? 5 lakh shares. Number 5 lakhs into what is swap ratio? 2.5. 5 into 2.5, 12.5. 5 into 2.5, 12.5. Okay, this is the total shares. So therefore, total 4.75 plus 12.5, 17.25 shares. So total shares held by promoters of two companies. Total shares held by promoters of two companies. Total shares held by promoters of two companies. Next, total number of shares in the company. Okay, existing shares of Efficient Limited before acquisition. How many shares of their existing Efficient Limited before acquisition? 10 lakh shares. Before acquisition, 10 lakh shares. 10 lakh shares. Next, number of shares issued to, total number of shares issued to number of shares issued by Efficient Limited, Limited to Healthy Limited, to Healthy Limited. So number of shares issued by Efficient Limited to Healthy Limited. Okay, right. So shares of Efficient Healthy Limited, shares of Healthy Limited into swap ratio, shares of Healthy Limited into swap ratio, shares of Healthy Limited into swap ratio. Okay, what is the number? Healthy Limited existing shares, how much total shares? 7.5 lakhs. 7.5 lakhs. This is total total, not only promoters. Okay, 7.5 lakhs into swap ratio 2.5. 7.5 lakhs into 2.5. 7.5 lakhs into 2.5. That will be 18.75. That will be 18.75. That will be 18.75. 10 plus 18.75. 28.75. So total shares of Efficient Limited after acquisition. Total shares of Efficient Limited after acquisition. Acquisition. Total shares of Efficient Limited after acquisition. This is total shares held by promoters. This is A. This is A, and this is A. This is A. This value is A, and this value is B. This value is B. Okay, this value is a B. This value is B. Okay, this value is B. So therefore, promoters holding. Okay, promoters holding is equal to A by B. Promoters holding is equal to A by B. Promoters holding is equal to total 17.25 minus 28.75. 60% they are holding. 60%. Promoters holding is equal to 60%. Promoters holding is equal to 60%. Promoters holding is equal to 60%. Okay, right. That is what the point. Promoters holding is equal to 60%. Okay, number of shares held by promoters of Efficient Limited, number of shares issued by Efficient Limited to Healthy Limited. These are the points. 17.5, 60%. Promoters holding is 60%. Okay, right. Promoters holding is 60%. Okay, ma? Right. So you can pause the recording and copy the answer. That is what they are asking. Percentage of promoters holding. Promoters holding percentage. First of all, you have to take the number of shares held by promoters and the total number of shares of the company. 60%. Out total 28.75. Out of that, they are holding 17.25. That means 60% of the shares. 60% of the shares. Okay, right. This is the promoters holding. This is the promoters holding. Next. So once you pause the recording and copy this answer, you can pause the recording and copy this answer. Okay. Next, what is the EPS of Efficient Limited after acquisition of Healthy Limited? EPS of Efficient Limited after acquisition of Healthy Limited. Okay, now I'll write it here. EPS of Efficient Limited after acquisition of Healthy Limited. Okay, right. EPS of Efficient Limited before acquisition. Before acquisition. EPS of Efficient Limited before acquisition. How much is the EPS of Efficient Limited before acquisition? We got this EPS of 5. Okay, number of shares of Efficient Limited. Number of shares of Efficient Limited before acquisition. Acquisition. Number of shares of Efficient Limited before acquisition. How many lakh shares? This is lakhs. We should be very clear about that. This is number lakhs. Okay, number lakhs. We should be very clear about this number. Okay, number lakhs. That is rupees. EPS of Efficient Limited. This is rupees, not lakhs. Only simply rupees. Number of shares of Efficient Limited. How much it is? Number of shares of Efficient 10. Okay, total earnings of Efficient Limited before acquisition. Total earnings of Efficient Limited before acquisition. Total earnings of Efficient Limited before acquisition. What is the total earnings? Number of shares into EPS. Okay, number of shares into EPS. Lakhs. This is lakhs. Rupees lakhs. Are you clear, ma? How will you get the EPS? I'm just going in the reverse manner. That's it. So normally EPS is equal to earnings divided by number of shares. So if I want earnings, then what I'll do? EPS into number of shares. That's it. Okay. EPS is equal to earnings divided by number of shares. EPS is equal to earnings divided by number of shares. If I want the earnings, I'll keep the earnings here itself. Number of shares, I'll take it to that side. Number of shares into EPS. So earnings is equal to number of shares into EPS. Earnings is equal to number of shares into EPS. Total earnings of Efficient Limited before acquisition. Okay, similarly, the same we have to calculate it for Healthy Limited. The The same we have to calculate for healthy limited. Okay, the same we have to calculate for healthy limited. We have to calculate the same thing for healthy limited. We have to calculate the same thing for healthy limited. Okay, this I'll put it as a. This I'll take it as a. Okay, this I'll take it as a. Next, similarly for health, efficient limit is completed. Next, healthy limited. EPS of healthy limited before acquisition. EPS of healthy limited before acquisition. EPS of healthy limited before acquisition. What is the EPS of healthy limited before acquisition? Before acquisition, what is the EPS? 20. EPS is 20. Number of shares of healthy limited 7 point. Number of shares of healthy limited before acquisition 7.5. Number of shares of healthy limited before acquisition 7.5. Okay, healthy limited before acquisition. Healthy limited before acquisition 7.5. So total earnings of healthy limited before acquisition. Total earnings of healthy limited before acquisition. Before acquisition, this is B. This is B. Okay, 150. 150. Now we have to calculate C. So total earnings of combined entity after acquisition. Total earnings of a combined entity after acquisition. Total number earnings of ending acquisition. Okay, total earnings of combined entity after acquisition. That is A plus B. That is A plus B. So A is how much? 50 and B is how much? 150. 200. Okay, 200. This is 200. Okay, this is 200. Next, total number of shares. Total number of shares. This is C. This is C. Okay, C is equal to C is equal to A by B. Next, existing shares of total number of shares. Total number of shares. Total number of shares. Total number of shares of combined entity. Combined total number of shares after acquisition. After acquisition. So what is the total number of shares after acquisition? Already we are having this here. That is 28.75 total number of shares after acquisition. Therefore, EPS after acquisition. EPS after acquisition. This is D. This I'll take it as a D. EPS after acquisition C by D. C by D. EPS after acquisition C by D. 200 divided by 28.75. 6.95. 6.96. EPS after acquisition 6.96. Okay, you can pause the recording and copy the answer. You can pause the recording and copy the answer. Okay, you can pause the recording and copy the answer. You have in the same screen, you can see one is promoters holding, another one is EPS after acquisition. So you can pause this recording and copy the answer. Okay, right. This is EPS after acquisition. So very clearly, presentation description should be very clear so that you will not make any mistakes. So that we will not make any mistakes. So this is EPS after acquisition 6.96. Okay, right. Next, what is the next question? Expected market price. What is the expected market price and market capitalization? So market price, how will you get EPS into PE ratio? So PE ratio, what they have given, look at this. PE ratio of efficient limited remains unchanged. PE ratio of efficient limited. Okay, PE ratio of efficient limited. Before PE ratio of efficient limited. So PE ratio, how much is the PE ratio of efficient limited? 10 times. Therefore, market price per share, market price after acquisition. Market price after acquisition. Market price after acquisition, how much? EPS into PE ratio. EPS into PE ratio, 69.57. Okay, EPS into PE ratio. EPS into PE ratio. EPS into PE ratio. Market price 69.57. Market price per share 69.57. Market price per share 69.57. Okay, this is market price. Next, what we want? Market capitalization. Market price per share is done. Next, what we want is market capitalization. Market capitalization, number of shares. Market capitalization after acquisition. Market capitalization after acquisition. I will get market price per share into number of shares. Market price per share into number of shares. What is market price? 69.57. What is the number of shares? 28.75. This is the market capitalization. 2000 lakhs. 2000 lakhs is the market capitalization. Okay, 2000 lakhs is the market capitalization. So this is what total earnings. This is also lakhs. So presentation should be very clear. Otherwise, only numbers, people will go mad by looking at. Okay, this is also number in lakhs. That is not rupees. This is number in lakhs. EPS is simply rupees. EPS is simply rupees. P ratio is simply times. P ratio is simply times, and market price after acquisition is rupees simply. not lakhs, whereas market capitalization is rupees lakhs. Market capitalization is rupees lakhs, 2000 lakhs. Okay, this is what the point. Market price per se 69.57 into number of shares. Okay, 69.77 into number of shares. This is 69.57 into 28.75. That will be 2000 lakhs. That will be 2000 lakhs. Okay, 20 total number of shares after acquisition. Next. So that is what the point. Market price and market capitalization. Free float market capitalization. Free float market capitalization is nothing but other than promoters holding. Other than promoters holding. Okay, right. Free float market capitalization. Free float market capitalization. Free float market capitalization is equal to free float market capitalization. How will you get free float market capitalization? Total market capitalization. Total market capitalization into 1 minus promoters holding. Into 1 minus promoters holding. Into 1 minus promoters holding. That means total market capitalization is how much? 2000 lakhs. 2000 lakhs into 1 minus promoters holding of 0.6. Promoters holding of 0.6. That means 40% you'll get. 2000 into 40%. That will be 800 lakhs. That will be 800 lakhs. This is also one of your answer. This is also one of the required answer. You can just copy it. Okay. This is also one of the required answer. You can just copy and okay. You can just pause the recording and copy these two answers. Many answers are given in the same screen. Okay. You can see multiple answers in the same screen. You can see multiple answers in the same screen. Okay. Many answers you can see in the same screen. Okay. One is promoters holding, and EPS, market price after acquisition, market capitalization, and free float market capitalization. And free float market capitalization. Okay. So you can pause the recording and copy these answers. You can pause the recording and copy these answers. Small issue, small problem. Only thing is promoters capitalization is a new point in this problem. Okay. That's it.